The #1 movie on Prime Video, Playdate, is getting dragged through the mud on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics don't like it, audiences are a little bit more warm on it, so I watched the movie. I'm gonna tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, and if the critics are correct for just giving this movie the hate that they've been giving it. And if you like the video, make sure you smash that like button. It really does help the channel out, and consider subscribing. Alright, let's get to it. Now, if you don't know what the movie Playdate's about, it's about this new stay-at-home dad, Kevin James. Him and his son go to the park. They meet Alan Ritchson and his son, CJ. They hit it off. They start hanging out, and pretty soon after that, they find themselves being chased down by ruthless mercenaries. Now, the one point I need to make before I say what I liked, what I didn't like about the movie, is that it doesn't quite do anything new as far as storytelling, as far as the jokes, nothing like that to really shake up the comedy genre. This is a very generic story that has a lot of flaws in it, but there's a lot of fun to be had in it. Now, immediately, the first thing that you're going to notice about this movie, and the thing that you're going to love about this movie, is Alan Ritchson. I love Alan Ritchson. There's no surprise if you've been following the channel. I talk about him joining the DCU all the time. I loved him in Reacher. I have videos on that. So I was really excited to see him come in and play a character that wasn't Reacher and more in line with what I first saw him as Thad Castle in Blue Mountain State. And that's exactly what we get here. We get the action. We get the things that we love about Reacher with him playing this super tough dude doing his thing, beating everybody's asses down. But then we get him being a super comedic, very fun, very lighthearted character, just like he was in Blue Mountain State. So if that was your type of humor, if you loved him in that, I don't know what you won't love about him in this role. There are a few scenes in this that I will admit, they really dumb him down with the things that he does or the things that he says. And I had to remind myself that this is just a comedy, Gavin. This is just a bare bones, let's have a good time, don't take anything too serious. And once I did that, I loved the movie even more. And then you have Kevin James, who is awesome in this as well. And honestly, he's really funny in most of the roles that you put him in. But the thing is with him is he's a separate type of funny. You have Ritchson over here being this very goofy, charismatic guy. And you have Kevin James over here being this dad who's very serious, very protective. So there is comedy in that. And he does a great job at doing that. But I just feel like if you're looking at both of them, one outshines the other and it's not even close. And another thing that I really did enjoy about Playdate is the random cameos that appear throughout the movie. Just actors and actresses you wouldn't expect to see in here. They're here, and what they have them do, it's so random. It's so random and it's a lot of fun. Once again, if you like that kind of humor, the random, goofy stuff, kind of like the early Adam Sandler movies to a degree, but like a little bit different, if that's your style, once again, I'd highly recommend this one. And another thing that I really did dig about this movie is the music choices. It really did just help elevate whatever we were watching on screen, whether that's Alan Ritchson dancing in the car to some pop music, whether it's the people fighting to NWA. It's a lot of fun, and I feel like it just adds to the movie. There isn't really that many misses as far as the music to whatever's going on screen goes, so that just helped add to my experience. Now, as far as what I didn't like about this movie, I feel like the entire movie, whether you're looking at a scene itself or the entire thing, it felt very disjointed. Basically, the editing felt like it was all over the place, right? If you have one scene, you're looking at it and the kind of the jumps and the cuts between people and the fight choreography sometimes doesn't really work. It doesn't feel smooth. But if you look at the entire movie, you'll have one scene doing its thing over here that might flow pretty good. But then the next scene is set up strictly for comedic value, okay? But it felt like two different film crews, entirely two different film crews, were doing two separate things at the same time, where they had no communication that this is how the movie felt and we're going to flow into this. It just felt very disjointed. Now, you do have to remember, this is a comedy. This is a very goofy comedy that doesn't need to be taken that seriously. So I understand that. I understand that's basically why they probably did what they did. But it did come off a little bit weird and just didn't really work for me all the time. And then as far as the story goes, I already said this is a very generic thing. It's not meant to be taken serious, but man, the logic of this movie from the jump, I mean from the jump to the very end, is all over the place. It doesn't make any sense of why they're in the situation, because this situation, this entire setup of this movie should have never happened if you put logic there of why they are at the park when they really shouldn't have been at the park. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I mean. So yeah, a lot of things of this movie did work for me. I had a really good time watching it, but there are a lot of structural things in this movie that just did not work and did take away from my experience. But we got to see Kevin James do his thing. We got to see Alan Ritchson do something other than being the stoic, serious Reacher, which was a really good change of pace. And I think this is a movie that a lot of people will really enjoy, and I don't really understand the amount of hate that it's getting from the reviewers. But overall, Playdate really does work for a number of reasons. It's cheesy, it's corny, it's not particularly well made, but I mean, it is a good time. It does hit with the jokes most of the time, and overall, I enjoyed it. And the one thing that I do appreciate most about Playdate is that it knows exactly what it wants to be. It wants to be a comedy, it stays a comedy, and even though it has the emotional beats of the father and son relationship and that dynamic, which is what the movie's about. At the end of the day, that's what the movie's about. But it's never at the front of the priority list. Comedy is always there, and that's what matters. Now, if you've seen Playdate, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. And remember, we do have a movie club. It's the first Monday of every month. We pick a movie from the previous month to watch, and then we discuss it on that live stream. So make sure you tune in for that because once again, it's completely free. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.